My next choice is non-fiction. So this book is called She Said, and it's by Jodi Kantor and Twohey, who are two New York Times journalists. They broke the Harvey Weinstein story. Some people say it's like a female version of All the President's Men. They don't topple Nixon, the president, but they do topple Harvey Weinstein, who was the king of Hollywood. For years, these two incredibly tenacious and dogged journalists tracked his movements and interviewed former employees of the Weinstein Corporation and very famous actresses who had horrible incidents with Harvey Weinstein. And most people were too afraid to go on the record. But in the end, one of the heroes of the story is in fact an Irish woman who worked for the Weinstein Corporation, and she's one of the very few people who didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement when she left with the settlement. So between her and then Ashley Judd, the well-known actress, with those two people going on the record, they were able to break the story. And once the story was broken, people came from far and wide to tell their story and their version of Weinstein, working with him, whether through acting or working through the Weinstein Corporation. And within a couple of weeks of the story breaking, the hashtag #MeToo movement broke. And the world changed really, because women finally felt that they were able to come forward, and men in all walks of life were toppled from their positions for having sexually harassed employees. So they really did kind of change the world. But what's really interesting about this book is that after a couple of years, the journalists realised that the Me Too movement was really swinging a bit too much in this direction, and that we needed to settle and we needed to make sure that people weren't being falsely accused and that the accusers were also being taken seriously. And how do we do that? How do we make sure that this doesn't swing too far in one direction? And so they have a big meeting towards the end of the book with all the actresses and all the former Weinstein employees, and they sit down and have a very serious conversation about how to make sure that the Me Too movement does the right thing by everybody, by the accused and by the accusers. And that's what I really like about this book, is it's a very, very thoughtful, very serious and very important book about the Me Too movement and how it all happened.